Greetings. I'm coming to you from the Coast Guard Academy in New London, Connecticut, where I served as chaplain, as a Protestant chaplain from 1986 to 1989, where I resigned my commission as a Navy chaplain on loan to the Coast Guard to take a call to a church in Westport, Connecticut, about 80 miles up the road. But it was in this chapel where I spoke every Sunday, did a number of weddings and funerals, and served the Coast Guard on loan as a Protestant chaplain. Now, you have to remember two things. The Navy serves the Marine Corps. About a third of our chaplains were with the Marine Corps, and there were only about a dozen serving with the Coast Guard. So I was the only Protestant chaplain here, and I served alongside a Catholic priest. But it was in this chapel that I was able to minister and to young people. There were about 800 cadets at that time serving in at the Coast Guard Academy. And this is where I was truly introduced to Young Life. There was a young couple that started Young Life, and they had about 200 kids coming to the Young Life Friday night meeting, much to the chagrin of the Catholic chaplain because a lot of his kids were there. But that's when I realized for the first time what Young Life was. And later, Rivers, my wife, was also very active in Young Life in high school. So when I resigned my commission and took the church in Westport, Connecticut, one of the first things I did was start a Young Life program in Westport to reach young people. It started with my daughter and a Young Life worker and another high school student. And within a year, we had over 100 kids in the local high school in Westport coming to Friday Night Young Life, and they had about 30 kids in a senior level Bible study program called Campaigners. But anyway, I've often felt that God's call on my life was to be proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ, crucified and risen. Regardless of the audience, of the flavor, of religious backgrounds, but just proclaim that message, because Paul says very, very clearly in Romans chapter 1, 16 and 17, the power of God is in the gospel. And whenever the gospel's preached, Jesus Christ crucified and risen, it releases a supernatural power that can convert the lives of people. So as you're listening to this, I'm looking back. I was here about almost 35 years ago, serving as chaplain. And I have such great memories in this chapel. We had Protestant services every week, and then on Sunday morning they also had Catholic services. And if you look along the wall, you see a litany of flags. This is just a wonderful chapel. Each window is etched glass, and it singles an event that is important both to the Coast Guard and to the United States. So listen, I wanted to come over here with Rivers, who's doing the filming for me, to share with you the opportunity I had to serve in the Navy. We were at a hospital in Philadelphia a couple of years. We lived overseas in Japan, where I served on a guided missile cruiser. I came back, worked for the chief of chaplains as a recruiter, and then he sent me here to be the Protestant chaplain. And I had orders to Marines. I just made full commander, like a lieutenant colonel. I was going to the Marines to serve when I decided to get out, become a home, not a stay-home dad for my kids, and to go back into the parish ministry. So I hope this has been a blessing to you. If you want to reach out, shoot me a comment. Maybe you were in the service yourself, serving in one branch. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to hit the prayer button, I'll answer your prayers. If you go to my website, paulteskeministries.com, I will answer your prayer requests there. And I also want to let you know about my YouTube page, Paul Teske Ministries. There are about 400 teachings and testimonies and different things on there for you to view. So again, I got you in my prayers. Keep me in your prayers. And I want you to go in peace and serve the Lord. And all God's people said, amen. Do you hear that echo? Amen.